There's something profoundly liberating about watching Ali MacGraw move through the world. Even now, in her 80s, she carries herself with an effortless grace that seems to whisper secrets about what it truly means to be comfortable in your own skin. Her style has never been about following trends or conforming to expectations. Instead, it tells a story of a woman who understood, perhaps instinctively, that true elegance emerges not from youth, but from authenticity. For those of us who have crossed the threshold of 50, MacGraw's approach to fashion offers something invaluable: permission to be ourselves, completely and unapologetically. Her bohemian sensibility isn't costume or performance, it's expression. And perhaps that's the first lesson her style teaches us about aging with grace. 1. The poetry of natural beauty. MacGraw's relationship with beauty has always been refreshingly honest. She allowed her dark hair to silver naturally, embracing each strand as it transformed. There's something deeply moving about watching a woman in the public eye refuse to chase youth, choosing instead to honor the passage of time. Her skin, weathered by sun and laughter, tells stories that no filter could improve upon. This acceptance of natural aging becomes its own form of rebellion in a world that constantly tells women to fight time. MacGraw's face, unmasked by heavy makeup, radiates a confidence that comes from within. She seems to understand that true beauty isn't about perfection, it's about presence. When we stop hiding from ourselves, we discover something remarkable. We become more interesting, not less. Her minimal makeup approach, often just a sweep of mascara and perhaps a hint of color on her lips, suggests that enhancement should celebrate what's already there rather than transform it into something else entirely. There's wisdom in this restraint, an understanding that our faces have earned their lines and deserve to be seen. 2. The art of effortless dressing. MacGraw's wardrobe reads like poetry written in fabric and thread. She gravitated toward pieces that moved with her body rather than constraining it. Flowing maxi dresses, soft cashmere sweaters, wide-leg trousers that danced as she walked. Her clothing choices reflected an understanding that comfort and style need not be opposing forces. This approach to dressing becomes even more meaningful as we age. Our bodies change, and fighting those changes often leads to frustration and self-criticism. MacGraw's style suggests a different path, embracing silhouettes that honor our current selves while making us feel beautiful and confident. Her love of loose, flowing garments wasn't about hiding. It was about moving through the world with ease and grace. The way she layered pieces spoke to a sophisticated understanding of texture and proportion. A delicate scarf might drape over a simple sweater, or a long cardigan could transform a basic dress into something special. These weren't calculated fashion moments, but intuitive choices that reflected her artistic sensibility. 3. Earth tones as soul language. MacGraw's color palette told the story of someone deeply connected to the natural world. Rich browns, warm creams, deep oranges, and muted golds dominated her wardrobe, colors that seemed to emerge from autumn leaves and desert landscapes. These earthy tones complemented her dark features beautifully, but more importantly, they reflected something essential about her spirit. There's something profoundly grounding about surrounding ourselves with colors that echo nature. As we age, this connection to earth tones can feel particularly nurturing. These colors don't shout for attention. They whisper of depth and sophistication. They work harmoniously with silver hair and mature skin, creating a palette that feels both timeless and deeply personal. MacGraw understood that color could be used as a form of self-expression that transcended trends. Her commitment to this natural palette created a signature style that was instantly recognizable, yet never felt repetitive. Each piece seemed to belong to the same visual story, creating a wardrobe that felt cohesive and intentional. 4. The language of texture and fabric. Perhaps no element of MacGraw's style spoke more eloquently than her choice of fabrics. She gravitated toward natural materials, soft cottons, luxurious cashmeres, flowing silks, and supple leathers. These fabrics aged beautifully alongside her, developing character and depth over time rather than simply wearing out. This preference for natural materials reflected a deeper philosophy about living authentically. Synthetic fabrics often try to mimic something else, but natural fibers celebrate their own inherent qualities. Cotton breathes and softens with wear. Cashmere becomes more beautiful as it ages. Silk moves like liquid light. These materials seem to mirror MacGraw's own approach to aging, embracing the natural process rather than fighting it. The way these fabrics felt against the skin mattered too. As we mature, comfort becomes increasingly important. But MacGraw proved that comfort need not sacrifice beauty. Her choices demonstrated that we can feel good and look stunning simultaneously, that luxury lies not in labels, but in the quality of our daily experience. 5. Accessories as personal talismans. MacGraw's approach to accessories revealed perhaps the most personal aspect of her style. Her jewelry choices leaned toward the meaningful rather than the merely decorative. Silver pieces with weight and substance, often with ethnic or spiritual influences. These weren't accessories chosen to complete an outfit. They were talismans that carried personal significance. Her scarves became signature elements, often oversized and richly patterned, worn with the confidence of someone who understood their transformative power. A simple outfit could become extraordinary with the addition of a beautiful scarf, draped with the kind of casual expertise that spoke to years of practice and intuition. Bags were chosen for both beauty and functionality, often in rich leathers that would age beautifully. This practical approach to accessories reflected a mature understanding that beauty should enhance our lives, not complicate them. Each piece served a purpose while contributing to her overall aesthetic vision. 6. The confidence of authenticity. What made MacGraw's style so compelling wasn't the individual pieces she chose, but the confidence with which she wore them. She seemed to dress from the inside out, selecting pieces that reflected her inner world rather than trying to project an image. This authenticity became her greatest accessory, one that no amount of money could purchase. This kind of confidence often emerges more fully as we age and become less concerned with others' expectations. MacGraw's style journey seemed to parallel this emotional evolution, becoming more refined and personal as she matured. She wore her choices with the assurance of someone who no longer needed external validation. Her public appearances, even in later years, radiated this self-possessed energy. She moved through red carpet events with the same ease she brought to casual moments, suggesting that true style isn't about dressing for occasions, but about consistent self-expression. 7. Movement and grace in fabric. MacGraw's style celebrated the body in motion. Her clothing choices, flowing dresses, soft scarves, graceful silhouettes, all enhanced her natural movement rather than restricting it. This understanding that fashion should work with our bodies, rather than against them, becomes particularly relevant as we age, and our relationship with our physical selves evolves. The way her clothing moved created a sense of poetry in everyday moments. A simple walk became more beautiful when enhanced by fabric that caught the light or moved gracefully in the breeze. This attention to how clothing behaves in motion reflected a sophisticated understanding of style as a living, breathing expression of self. This emphasis on movement also suggested joy, clothing that celebrates rather than constrains, that enhances our natural grace rather than forcing artificial poses. MacGraw's style seemed to invite movement, encouraging the wearer to walk taller, gesture more freely, inhabit space with confidence. 8. The wisdom of editing. As MacGraw's style evolved, it became increasingly refined, demonstrating the power of thoughtful editing. Rather than accumulating more pieces, she seemed to focus on quality over quantity, building a wardrobe of pieces that truly served her. This approach to fashion editing becomes particularly valuable as we age and begin to understand what truly works for our bodies and lifestyles. Her later appearances suggested a wardrobe pared down to essentials, each piece earning its place through beauty, comfort, and versatility. This curation reflected not limitation, but liberation, the freedom that comes from knowing exactly what serves us and letting go of everything else. This editing process extended beyond clothing to her entire approach to self-presentation. Every element seemed considered and intentional, yet the overall effect remained effortless and natural. 9. Legacy of timeless authenticity. MacGraw's enduring style influence stems not from specific trends she set, but from the timeless principles she embodied. Her approach to fashion and beauty created a template for aging gracefully while remaining true to oneself. She proved that style doesn't have an expiration date, and that authenticity never goes out of fashion. Her legacy encourages us to develop our own visual language, one that speaks to our individual experiences and preferences rather than following prescribed formulas. She demonstrated that the most beautiful thing we can wear at any age is confidence in our own choices. In a world that often seems designed to make women invisible after 50, MacGraw's continued presence and style relevance offers hope and inspiration. She reminds us that our best years can lie ahead, that style can deepen rather than diminish with age, and that true beauty emerges when we finally stop trying to be anyone other than ourselves. Perhaps that's the ultimate lesson of Ali MacGraw's timeless style. It was never really about the clothes at all, but about the woman wearing them with complete and authentic confidence.